Welcome into the Hughes Initiative classroom. Today we have the Massey incident. A lot of you have been asking for me to break this down, and I will do so from a law enforcement and a mental health perspective because that's what my background is in. We won't go frame for frame, slide by slide, second by second. We'll assume that you've already watched this video, and then at the end I will give you my final thoughts about what I think will happen. Let's go. Okay, so initially police officers are here for some sort of disturbance, where there's speculation about someone being in the house or something like that. But as a police officer, here's tip number one. Run that address, see how many times we've been there. Either it's a frequent flyer or first time caller, long time listener.
Somebody keeps outside my house, y'all.
Is this your car over here?
Please, God, please, God, please.
Is this your car over here? Oh.
Please, God.
That's not your black car in the driveway? Oh, well, we checked your yard, we walked around the whole block, we didn't see anybody. Right, we don't. We checked the whole area, there's nobody out walking around.
I know, y'all. Please, God.
This is not the conversation of a mentally stable person, and you have to recognize it as a police officer. We don't know if this is her baseline or not, but recognizing that, okay, you're now on a mental health call as well is very important.
Please, God, please. I don't know what to do.
Do with what?
Huh?
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if y'all could help me.
What do you want help with?
Huh?
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house, we checked your backyard, I walked all the way through all these backyards, we checked your front yard.
We didn't see nobody.
Yeah,
So.
nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope.
Oh,
We checked the whole area.
okay.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Here's a couple tips. If you call the police, be prepared for us to show up. I mean, ultimately, you did call us. And when we do show up, be prepared to come outside with your identification. This eliminates a police officer ever having to go into your home unnecessarily.
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to get
I got you. All right. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Here's the most frustrating part about this whole situation. It's over. The incident is over. You've asked, was there anything else you could do? The answer was no. If you already got the name and date of birth from your dispatcher, great. If not, ask for it right there and be done with it.
Okay.
All right.
You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure.
My medicine and stuff.
All right.
Stop going into people's homes unnecessarily. You're only contributing to creating a more dangerous situation. All the information you needed could have been provided to you from outside the residence. Her ID could have been given to you while you stood outside. When you enter into people's homes, you create an air of uncomfortableness.
Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from the hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Every police officer knows this is an oh crap moment, because by entering into this woman's house, you've now entered into her world. And that laughter you hear is fear. This situation has gone terribly, terribly wrong, and now you're at the mercy of her actions. Remember we talked about going left? These police officers are going to have to go left with her.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Listen, I don't care where you are, what you're doing. If a police officer pulls a firearm on you and tells you to stop moving or just pointed in your general direction, stop moving. This is not a game. It's at that point in time that you need to stop whatever it is that you're doing, because now you're being viewed as a threat.
Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot!
A pot of water is 100% a deadly weapon. If you throw a pot of water on someone, you're going to cause permanent disfigurement, up to and including blindness if you throw it in their face. There should be no question about whether she threw it or not, because here you can see the steam from the boiling water hitting the ground as they back out. Question one is, can you use a taser? The answer to question number 1 is no, you cannot use a taser. A taser against someone in the general vicinity of water is going to electrocute them. The second question is, RC, can you back away? And the answer is yes, you can. But what if, as you're backing away, she stands up and she advances towards you? Now she gets a better throw with that scalding hot water. You'll be left with probably the same outcome, which is having to use your firearm, but in addition, you're going to probably get burned as well. And for those asking, how long does it take a boiling pot of hot water to cool to room temperature? It's 45 minutes to an hour. Here are my final thoughts. Mental health calls suck as a police officer. Like I told you before, if you're dealing with someone who's struggling with mental health and you recognize it, then you understand. If they decide to go way left, you may have to go way left with them in order to protect yourself or other people. Don't extend the amount of time that you have to interact with someone who's struggling with mental health as a police officer. Get there, get the information that you need, and then get out. Because the longer you stay, the more chance there is for someone to slip away from real reality back into their own world, and they may become violent. Officer Grayson was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. Here's how Illinois' criminal homicide statute reads. The part that's going to be interesting is where it says lawful justification. Without lawful justification. There's an argument to be made that based on Mrs. Massey's actions, that the justification to use his firearm in that situation was lawful. There's an argument to be made on both sides. The prosecution is going to say Officer Grayson was a rogue police officer who had multiple DUI arrests, who had been fired from multiple departments, who shouldn't have been there in the very beginning. But let's be real. With very few people wanting to be police officers today, it's no different than contractors using illegal aliens to get the work done. Same problem, different industry. The defense will make the argument that Miss Massey lured police officers to her residence under false pretenses because there was no one there. And then when given commands to drop her deadly weapon, which would have been that pot of boiling water, she refused to. Not only did she refuse to drop it, she also tried to utilize it against law enforcement. This is going to be a very interesting case down the road. Here's what I do know though. Once this story falls out of the news cycle, people are going to forget about it. If you liked the video, click the like, follow, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.